Gotta get better. Look, I have an issue with, and I'm gonna rant a little bit, but I have an issue with the fact that they are promoting so much homosexuality to the point that young black men are basically being turned out. They're basically being turned out. This is they're trying to act more like a woman than our own women. They're trying to be more of a woman than our own women. This is kind of outrage, because if this thing is not naturally what you call a natural feeling, or natural feeling, like it's innate, and that you know have to be this way. This is you. If that, then most of the times it's a show. It's them putting on a show. And this show is to get attention. This show is to act out. This show is to displace their pain, their anger, their confusion at the world. And they say, what the hell? Everybody else is doing it. You know how we do. Everybody else is doing it. It's just like when I grew up. My mother taught me to stay away from drugs, but yet drugs was always around me. My mother taught me to stay away from alcohol, but yet alcohol was always around me. Coke and so on and so forth. So if I grew up under the understanding that even in school, these things was going on undercover, getting high and so on and so forth, and people would call you a wimp if you didn't do certain things or you didn't act a certain way, then really, my father not being in the house, or mother not being there enough because she had to work and things of that nature, basically gave me a vulnerable attitude towards these peer pressures. And I think some of these people in this sense are acting out in the same manner. Because I was angry. My father wasn't there. I was angry. I had to look at my mother struggle, and sometimes I would see her cry, and sometimes I would feel her pain. I was angry. I was stressed. I was frustrated. I was young and going through all these things. So I don't know what to say to somebody that is going through these things and going through these peer pressures and feeling that this is the way to be accepted, because everything is evolving around this homosexuality, and nothing is revolving around trying to get black people mental help. Now, somebody might say, I need mental help. Well, I probably do, but the whole thing is that understanding that what we've been through as a nation of people in America is not normal. I call it sane insanity, because we think we're sane when we have not taken the steps to become sane. After all our ancestors went through, there's so much fear, there's so much hate, there's so much anger, there's so much stress, there's so much frustration that has been placed into us, that I don't even think we understand, that we don't even recognize that frustration, hate, pain, stress, and so on and so forth, because we're too busy trying to act like we're sane when we need help. So many of us are let me tell you something. When I was like 12 or 13, and the young brother asked me, him and his brother, we was friends, asked me to do love boat. No, weed first. And when he asked me to do weed, I had saw my sister and brother and them do it. I had saw it all in the neighborhood, 6th Street Southeast, Washington, D.C. I had saw it all in the neighborhood. I seen it. And even and when my mother wasn't in the church, when I was around 9, 8, something like that, I seen it going over my aunt back house and so on and so forth. I seen all these things happening, even though they would tell us to go in the room, whatever. We knew something was going on. So when I was asked to do it, I was like, man, I tried. They doing it. And I did it because they was doing it. So I think a lot of this homosexuality is coming from not only the media popularizing it as okay, But guys are feeling that it's an overwhelming number of women. And I don't understand why curiosity keep killing the cat. Because I heard some dude, I think it was Tank or Tyrese, one of them two was, said, I think it was Tank though, said that the guy wasn't a homosexual because he had sex with a man or he did something with a man. And a lot of people disputed that and said, hell no, he's a homosexual. If he did, he's a homosexual. And a lot of times I think that what they're not understanding is a lot of things are misplaced. And guys do things and girls do things, and then they realize this is not for me. But when they realize it, and if the public find out about it, the public don't want to hear it. The public is so judgmental. I think Usher, somebody wrote something, don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Oh, they're going to judge you, buddy. You can sing all you want. They're going to judge your ass. In America, that's all you do is get judged. It's very seldom people will reason with you and see the light of what you're saying. Like right now, people are not, a lot of people are not reasoning. Like the lady that said that she wanted to take her vote back because she found out Pete Buttigieg, I believe I'm saying his name right, who's running for president, was a homosexual. And he had a homosexual partner that I think he's married to or whatever. So she said, oh no, that's against my religion. So you should have saw the way that they were putting this pressure on her to make her accept him. No, that's against her religion. She didn't say she hate the man. She didn't say she want him dead. She didn't say she wouldn't respect him. She said, this is my choice not to vote for him. See, and that's the type of pressure I'm talking about that's being brought down on our young black generation, even the young white generation, and has been brought down on the young white generation since the Catholics been molesting these young boys forever in the Catholic religion. And since Christians and so on and so forth have been molesting young boys. This has been going on. This is nothing new. So these things that's going on, man, somehow we need to stand up and say point blank that this needs to stop. It needs to stop. Black men have been molested over and over and over. If not physically, mentally, emotionally. Black men have been molested. They have been raped. They have been beat down and everything else. Because I can tell you like this, black men, that, and I say black men in quotes, black men, and I explained before that I'm going to come back with this lesson. I got the lesson almost prepared the way I want it. But black men, I'm going to tell you like this. Point blank, you have been beat down because of the fact that from slavery to now, the white man who's still in charge, that's why Tupac says the white man world. The white man world. And the white man has been in charge, and he has not only suppressed his own woman, the white woman, he has not only suppressed the white men that try to speak out against the things that's going on, he has definitely suppressed our women, and you had to be number one. Why? Because you're the only one that doesn't have a movement going on that compares to the movement that the white women has going on, where the white women and any other woman can join their movement. So when the Miss Burke with the Me Too movement says Me Too, then the white women can understand Me Too. But can the white man understand Me Too? Hell no. Except the ones that's been working over and over and over to try to get these rich and famous and filthy rich and controlling and powerful, and most of them old. Most of them old as hell and stubborn as a son of a gun. To try to get them to see what they've been doing to the black man, even under the Secretary of Education with Ronald Reagan, William Bennett, who said one way to get rid of crime, one way to get crime is to abort all black babies. Can you believe that? The Secretary of Education under Ronald Reagan, of course, said that. The only way to abort to get rid of crime is to abort black babies. That is incredible. So I'm telling you, black men, that you don't have a chance, because the simple fact is white men are not on this level where they're trying to get right pay. They're trying to get respected. They're trying to get money. They're trying to get world renown or world fame. They're not on that level. We're still struggling to try to be somebody like Obama. We're still struggling to try to be a Jay-Z. We're still struggling to try to be a Steve Harvey. We're still struggling to try to be people like TD Jakes, TD, whatever his name is, Jakes, or people like that. We're still struggling to try to get those statuses. Why? Because we got somebody behind the scene that's continuing to hold us down. Anytime you in 2020 and you see a presidential run of Democratic people that's supposed to be on your side, and there's nothing but old white men that's left. Not one black man left. Where the hell you at? Like I always say, look at the money. Every dollar bill got white men on it. Not even the white woman. That's a damn shame. And that's his woman. That's supposed to be his queen. That's supposed to be his goddess. That's supposed to be his what do you call it? His rib. And she ain't even on a dollar bill. You know that's a sin and a shame. So the white man that's in control do not give a damn about how you feel about what he's doing to you and turning the children out. And I'll give you this last piece. In the Willie Lynch pamphlet, this is why I'm telling you, black men. Now listen to me. I'm going to tell you two things. And I'm going to tell you this one first. If you look up and do your research, you'll find that white men used to rape young black men. And to show that they was their property of homosexuality, it would make them wear their pants half off their ass. So to you that wear your pants half off your ass, you're representing a white man's boy. That's what you're representing. I'm going to give that to you, to young folks that's doing this on a regular basis. Secondly, I'm going to give this to you women. You women, the white man made sure, if you read the Willie pamphlet on this one, the white man made sure that he would leave you with the young black men. And when he leave you with the young black men and get the father out of the home, that the young black man will grow up with the tendencies of who? Of you. Because that's all he know. And since the father's out the home, he grows up with them tendencies. And he passes those tendencies along to his own boy. And what happens? This is what you have today. A chaotic mess of young boys turning into homosexuals that are really not homosexuals in a lot of cases, and a great deal of cases. So with that, I'm going to leave you. You can subscribe, you can comment, and I'll tell you like this, young men, we, not just you all, a whole lot of black men and women are in need of psychological mental health. We have been damaged so bad that we are sane insanity. We think we got sanity, and we make jokes out of it. We love to laugh. We love to do silly things, so on and so forth. And the white man made sure it was that way. Why? Because all the pressure would be off him. So the white man really don't give a damn about his own woman, about our woman, and especially about you. It's just that the women are making a fuss, and the black women are joining them, and other women are joining them because what? Just like the black man, they never been up there with the white man in America. Even as presidents, you got 45 presidents, and only one was half black. Maybe two, maybe Lincoln. 45, are you listening? These are called men of power. Must be the most powerful office in the country. The executive. Yes, we have a balance, the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. But I'm telling you that the executive and they're steady getting more power with these executive orders. So to see this face all the time and be shown this face from George Washington to Christopher Columbus to John Adams to so on and so forth, it tells you that This is and the white supremacy. The fake Jesus they show all the time. When they say they don't know what Jesus looked like. So if you don't know what Jesus looked like, stop showing fake Jesus to everybody. Because Jesus is within. So if Jesus was at the end and the Christ needs to come up out of you, then guess what? The whole time you looking at some white man as this glorified individual, that's more you're taking away from yourself and from what God gave us from the very beginning of the foundation of the world. So with that, I'm going to tell you point blank, they told our women that they will beat her down until they have her eating out their hand. And they said it like this. They said they would, if you read the Williams pamphlet, they would beat every little bitch out of her until they have her eaten out of their hand. And once they have her eaten out of their hand, they ain't got to worry about the little boy coming.